Most Canadians are using the wrong investment account, and it's costing them thousands in taxes. In this video, I'm going to break down the TFSA, RRSP, and the FHSA. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly which one you should be using first. Let's start with the most popular account, the TFSA. It's called a tax-free savings account because everything's tax-free. Who would have thought? Your gains are tax-free, your dividends are tax-free, and when you withdraw, there's also no taxes that you have to pay. And this is why it's the most complete tool that you can use as a Canadian investor to reach your goals. One of the best parts about a TFSA is that you can take out your money anytime you want. There's no fees, there's no withdrawal penalties, nothing. And on top of that, the money that you take out gets added back to your contribution room the next calendar year. So who's a TFSA best for? Well, honestly, everyone. If you're younger, have a lower income, or just getting started with your investing journey, the TFSA should be the first account that you open and you start funding. The only downside with the TFSA is that there's no tax deduction. Now, we'll be looking at a couple other accounts that have some tax deductions, so if you're looking for that, stay tuned. Next up is the RRSP, or the Registered Retirement Savings Plan. The RRSP works quite differently compared to a TFSA. When you contribute to an RRSP, you get a tax deduction. You get a bigger tax return because you get to reduce your income from the previous year. So let's say you make $80,000 a year. When you contribute $10,000 to your RRSP, you're going to be taxed as if you only made $70,000. So this puts more money back in your pocket. But here's the catch with the RRSP, is that you end up paying tax on your withdrawals later on. So when you're retired and you're taking money out of your RRSP to fund your life, all that is treated as taxable income. The RRSP is a very powerful tool now if you're in a high income bracket and you don't need access to these funds until retirement. If you're not making a lot of money right now, or you're just starting out your investment journey, I'd probably stick with the TFSA as it's a little bit more flexible. The RRSP is more of a long-term retirement focused account, whereas the TFSA can be kind of treated as an emergency fund. Now for the new account that just came out a couple years ago. It's called an FHSA, or a first home savings account. This is the one a lot of people sleep on. To me, this is one of the best accounts in Canada if you're looking to end up buying a home in your future. And here's why. You get the TFSA tax-free growth, but you also get the RRSP tax deduction. This puts more money in your pocket while your growth is tax-free. Now, for the FHSA, you can contribute up to $8,000 per year, up to a maximum of $40,000 in the lifetime of the account. The important part about the FHSA is that it's specifically for buying your first home. If you don't end up buying your home, it gets rolled into your RRSP. But I would suggest taking full advantage of this, and if you plan on buying a home in the next 5 to 10 years, this is an account you need to open today. So let's simplify everything. TFSA, you pay tax now because you're getting taxed on your income, but everything grows and becomes tax-free later on. RRSP, you get a tax break now, but you pay taxes later. That's called deferring your taxes. FHSA, you get a tax break now, and they're tax-free on your withdrawals and your growth, but you have to use it to purchase a first home. Keeping this in mind, it really depends on your certain situation as to which account is best. Here's exactly what I would do in certain situations. If you're in your early 20s, late teens, immediately go open up a TFSA, start funding that and using that for your investing. You can get some excellent growth and it's all tax-free. Once you start making about 80, 90K a year, this is where you want to start using your RRSP because you're getting more money back as you're in a higher tax bracket. This is when the RRSP starts making a lot of sense. If you're planning to buy a first home, go for the FHSA. It provides the best of both worlds, and it's also such a great tool to use. Let's say you put 10 grand into a TFSA. It grows, you get dividends on it, you're never going to pay any tax. Now, if you put 10 grand into an RRSP, you might get $3,000 back on your tax slip, but you're going to have to pay money when you withdraw. In an FHSA, you get that same $3,000 tax refund. You also don't pay any taxes on your growth or withdrawals. So this is why it's perfect if you're looking to buy a home. If you got value from this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribe.